We are in the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Where did it all go? It feels just like yesterday we were getting ready for the season. But it's time to preview the second to last week of the season. It's time for the week 17 edition of the Friday Night Gridiron Pix. And it starts right now. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Friday Night Gridiron Pix, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from a cold, freezing rain, icy, I guess snowy, Hamilton, New Jersey. I don't know what we're getting anymore. I'm telling you, if there's two things I want to do in life, it's this. I want to be on ESPN or be a meteorologist, because I could be inaccurate and get paid. It don't matter. That's what Cam Newton must feel like. But anyway, as always, we are the show that brings you guys all the picks and predictions for your week around football, whether it's college football or NFL football. This week, we are going to stick strictly to week 17 of the NFL. College football playoffs are next week, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Those predictions will be done Monday on Unbiased, so we'll get to that then. So going to be a little quick of a show. We're going to get through the NFL games this week, and then we're going to call it a night. So kick back, relax, and let's get into it. As always, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. Mr. Adams, how are we tonight?
A little chilly, getting ready for some football games to warm me up.
Hey, we got football. We got football tomorrow, too. Got some games on tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Of course, before we get started, we hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Hope everyone had a great holiday, having it spend it with their loved ones. But anyway, we got a lot to go. We got a lot to go through tonight. Big NFL games. We got some seeding matchups. We got a lot. We got some game. We got the Tank Bowl. We got a lot of stuff going on. But before we get into it, we got some Saturday games. Of course, we had a bunch of Thursday games too, but we're not going to. We'll get into those another day. But let's start off with these Saturday games, Tyler. Sorry about that. Having a little issue over here with the phone. Tomorrow, we have a doubleheader. 4:30 is our first game. Chargers at home against the Texans. Chargers -1.5. If we're looking at injuries, let's see what we have going here. Trent Brown is out with an ankle injury for the Texans, and I believe they're relatively healthy, I guess you could say. And then for the Chargers, Benjamin St. Juste is out with a shoulder injury. I forgot he was still in the NFL. Safety R.J. Mickens is out with a shoulder injury as well. Teair Tart, defensive lineman, questionable with a groin injury. Mekhi Becton, questionable with a knee injury. Denzel Perryman, of course, is suspended, so he will not be playing. And also, Kamani Vidal is questionable with that neck injury.
So, I will say...
How are we feeling?
Vidal, definitely, if he doesn't play, it's not going to be the make or break for the Chargers. But they will miss him in terms of what he's brought to that offense with his ability to receive the football as a pass catcher and a decent runner here and there, not consistent every game, not the greatest, not the flashiest, but I think he was a good complementary back to Hampton. But the Chargers offense, they'll find a way to make it through that. Yeah, I mean, 1.5 point spread. I think that's kind of lives up to it this game. Getting a bit of a playoff preview here toward the end of the regular season. I think both teams are still fighting for their division, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know I think the Chargers still have a shot at the West.
Yeah, the Chargers are actually, Chargers are 2 games behind the Broncos. So the Broncos would have to lose out.
Which they already won yesterday, so that's already.
So, yeah, I wouldn't say that they really have a good shot, but the
2 games can be made up by a win and a loss.
Very true.
So if the Chargers win and then win again next week and the Broncos lose, that will be the interesting part.
Yeah. But the real interesting one is between Jacksonville and Houston. Only a game separates them. Houston's been, is it safe to say, the hottest team in football?
Currently, right now, it is.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment for them. I mean, the Jags, they are on a 6-game win streak, but Houston just looks like they finally found their identity. That's the one knock that I always had on them, and I had on them last year too. They just didn't look like they had an identity for their team. Yeah, their offense isn't the greatest all the time. Stroud's not the greatest all the time, but that defense shows up week in, week out. And I definitely think that their offense is better. I don't know if I can say better than the Broncos' offense. I think they're just about equal. 2 teams that win a lot of football games because they're strong defensive play.
They're the best defensive. Statistically, they're the best team of defensive football. Sorry,
they are.
It's been a long day.
But that also doesn't take anything away from the Chargers' defense. Chargers have had one of the premier defenses in the league as well. So that combined with their offense capabilities, this Chargers team might be a little scarier than people are really expecting. I mean, they're on a 4-game win streak currently, trying to get out the rest of the year into the playoffs. So they could just be looking to build more momentum. They win these next 2 weeks, they give themselves a chance to put the ball in Denver's court for Denver to secure the division or not. But I wouldn't want to be a team playing this Chargers team in the postseason. I'll be honest, I don't think I would want to be the Texans playing the Chargers in tomorrow's game, especially with the Chargers being at home. I think the Chargers win this game. I think it's a close game. Not many touchdowns. I think we see like a 20-17 Chargers victory.
Okay, so you're going with the boys over there in LA. This is a tough one because again, this is the battle of teams, 2 teams with incredible defenses. It really just comes down to what quarterback makes enough plays. Is it Justin Herbert or is it CJ Stroud? Personally, I agree with you. I think the Texans are the hottest team in the league. But the Chargers they're playing some good football too.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is. Also, by the way, Tyler, next week the Chargers play the Broncos.
Oh.
So now if the Chargers win tomorrow, That game next week is all the marbles for the division.
Yes, it will be. Okay.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Chargers currently have the advantage. I believe they beat the Broncos
They
earlier
did.
this year.
Yep. They won the first matchup, so they would have a 2-0 head-to-head advantage against them if you're looking at a
So,
tiebreaker.
yeah, so basically the winner of next week's game wins the division. But no, again, Texans defense is is the best in football. I don't care what anyone says. I know
They are.
we came into the season with our top 10 list. I had the Texans very high up there. I believe I had the Broncos ahead of them, but Texans defense, I think I had the Chargers defense in there as well. And Joel Embiid's slow to get up. What else is new? But
Of course.
in other news, some things never change heading into 2026. But anyway, however, the one issue I have is Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson. Who's blocking these guys tomorrow?
It's a lot of this is going to come down to Herbert and how well he can manage that pocket and escape that pocket to sense the pressure. Because trust me, I've seen enough primetime Texans games this year. Seeing those boys getting after the quarterbacks, I saw them fluster Mahomes.
Trevor Lawrence.
Who else was it? Yeah, Lawrence. Just like anybody, you name it. Josh Allen.
They've been in the best defensive football over the past at least 3 months.
They have.
And again, they get after the quarterback. They don't turn the football over, and they take the football away. Offensively, the Texans really have been good at taking care of the football, and they don't turn it over themselves.
Yeah.
Good point, George. I don't think Phil Rivers wants to play anyway. What concerns me about this game, though, is the matchup between the Chargers O-line and the Texans defense. It really does. So, Dave, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Unscripted with Adam and Dave, Red Line Radio, every Saturday. Dave carries the show. Dave carries the show. It's okay. Adam
Steelers are playing really good.
They are. This is what you get when you actually have a quarterback that can make plays.
Yeah.
What's up, Clint? Our Ohio family are all joining us tonight.
Oh yeah.
Tyler, I'm gonna roll with Houston on this one, though.
You can't go wrong with either one. You really
that
can't.
Chargers O-line. I mean, and now Becton's hurt, so we don't know what his status is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it from the perspective of they've been dealing with a banged-up offensive line all year, and they've still found ways to make it work.
Yeah, but these guys, this pass rush tandem is elite, man.
They are. They are different. I saw them. They flustered Josh Allen, quarterback known for being able to escape pressure, and he looked flustered.
Dave, you know, I'm just messing. Trust me, Dave. It's not a normal week if me and Adam don't take a riff at each other at least once during the week. Oh, Clint, yes, I did. I did not. He was told he was being shut down for the final 2 games. Wow. And he left the building.
Wow. Oh, someone's asking out next year.
So we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm going with the Texans this week. Georgie brings up, if Texans win, Colts are eliminated. The Ravens are wild card eliminated. The Ravens would need to win out, and the Steelers lose out to get in by being a division winner. And I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
See, Dave knows. If I have time at work where I'm not busy, if I can flip their show on, usually in the morning, I'll toss in a comment just to annoy Adam. Adam knows that. It's all love. All right, next game up. Second of our Saturday doubleheader. Speaking of what George just brought up, Ravens at Packers. Now the Packers, -3.5 at home. Here we
isn't Lamar Jackson out?
Lamar. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses.
I'm holding my horses.
He is doubtful.
Doubtful.
Jordan Love is out.
That is, yeah, good point. He's out too.
So we are down both quarterbacks in this game. Packers are also, and they have Aaron Banks, who is questionable with a neck injury. Christian Watson is questionable with an illness. Bo Melton is questionable with an illness. Oh, my goodness. Zach Tom's still questionable with that back. Now, see, here's where it also gets interesting. Not only is Jordan Love out, Malik Willis, now it does say he is in line to start, but he is also listed as questionable with a shoulder injury. So, I mean, it looks like Willis will play, but still, he's not at 100%, it looks like.
Not 100%. I mean, this is a game that the Ravens could steal. There's a high likelihood I could see that upset happening.
Have you seen Malik Willis has played well, though, when
he has, but I'm worried about the injury.
I'm worried about Snoop Hundley playing. That's what I'm worried about.
I think the Ravens could be okay if they could actually get a run game established against the Packers. The only difficult part is the Packers are stingy against the run.
Yeah, and you know what? Kudos to you. I know they still lost to the Bears last week. The Bears still did not run the football very well, even without some of their. I mean, they're down Parsons, Wyatt. I thought that was enough to where I was like, all right, the Bears aren't going to struggle to run the ball twice against this team, right? Credit to you. You were spot on with it. So, Clint, I can't promise anything. Adam knows I love him. But, yeah, Lamar's out this week. Not till next week, but if they lose, man. Dave wants to know who is like the 9-1-1 quarterback for the Packers. I think it's Josh Jacobs.
No way.
He's like the 9-1-1 quarterback.
Jeez, that's terrible. Because imagine you get to that point. Then you got to go to a backup running back.
Like, I know who we're thinking who the third quarterback is. I know they don't have one. They don't have a third quarterback on their roster.
Wait, what?
Unless they're going to elevate somebody from the practice squad this week.
Wow. I would hope so.
But on the active roster, they don't have a third quarterback, so I'm pretty sure it'd be Josh Jacobs. Yeah, George just confirmed it. It's Josh Jacobs.
They better activate a third quarterback because, I mean, Willis is like one big hit from getting knocked out the game. Especially if he gets crushed. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, Clint, he's got the Ravens.
George has got Packers. Oh, well, there goes my camera again.
There goes Tyler's camera. So you're going to probably have to pop out real quick and do that again.
I'm going to see if I can do it without that. Probably not, though.
That's okay.
Yeah, let me refresh real quick.
Yeah, go right ahead. So, all right. So, George, you're going Texans and Ravens for tomorrow. I am going Texans Packers. There you go.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Dave, I mean, look, for a quick 500, 600K, yeah, sure, I could do it.
Damn, Sam. It's a big game check, buddy.
I'm sorry, the dude for the Chiefs last night threw for 34 yards. He probably got paid that. He won the game, and he almost won the game. I could probably toss for 40 yards.
That was sad.
couple wide receiver screens. That's all I'll need. But yeah, honestly, I take a lot of what Dustin said on Monday's show about Malik Willis and how he's looked at that Packers offense. I'm rolling with the Packers. I know Willis is banged up, but I am going to see. I think he's going to play a good game. Hopefully, they can keep him upright.
He's had some time to rest.
And now Zach Tom and Banks don't play. Then this may be a different story, but we don't know their statuses yet because they're both questionable. So, but I'm going to roll. I'm going to go Texans for the first game, and I'm going to go Packers in the second game. Dave's doing the same. He's going Houston and Green Bay. Clint is going Ravens and Texans. Oh, Clint, that Texans defensive line is ridiculous. All right. Now let's get into our Sunday affairs, shall we?
Let's do it.
We'll start with our 1:00 games. We got the Florida battle, Bucks and Dolphins. Big game for the Bucks. They lost to the Panthers last week, and if they want to have that game next week means something, they need to win.
Yeah. The Bucks have fallen off in a bad way. And they really need to win against this Dolphins team. Like, this is not a great Dolphins team. It really isn't.
Abe's giving his thoughts on the Ravens case.
Hey, that's valid.
Coming from a Steelers fan, can't blame him. Nice day going to the Steelers game. Good, not a bad way to end the holiday weekend.
Very nice.
Oh, so George said that the Packers have Clayton Tune on their practice squad. He could be activated for Sunday. I hope so.
Yeah, I'll go. Clint. Give me Tampa Bay. They gotta get things back on track to win the NFC South this week. You know they want to win it. They do not want to lose out on the NFC South to the Carolina Panthers. That probably hasn't been done since Cam Newton was there.
Probably. Something to watch, though. No Tristan Wirfs this week. That's something to keep an eye on. Now, for the Dolphins now, they're also down, in my opinion, their best defensive player. They're down Minka.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see how the Dolphins been against the run this year.
That's how the Dolphins been all year.
Yeah.
Tyler, it's Baker Mayfield going against Quinn Ewers. Remember this. There's no Tua. We don't need to overthink this.
Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Quinn Ewers except a pass over 30 yards.
Tyler, Miami is 26th against the run.
Yeah, they're getting carved up and beat by 3 touchdowns. Final answer.
Dave's going with the Bucks. George is going with the Dolphins.
Ew, George. That is disgusting. Why?
Hold on a second. I want to make sure I get all these comments on the screen for a sec. Clint said the difference is the head coach of the Panthers. He was with Baker as his OC last year and now with Bryce Young. Yeah, same thing in Jacksonville with Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
Tom Bowles knows how to pick his OCs. Dustin said that on Monday. May not be the greatest head coach, but he can pick an offensive coordinator. Oh, Clint. Dave Canales is the Panthers head coach.
Hall of Fame debut.
Okay.
All right, George.
George, if he does that, we'll go back to the Hall of Fame next time we're out there. Tickets on us. Tickets on Tyler, actually. Let me just say, yeah, I'm not looking at.
I didn't make this bet.
Yes, you did. All right, Tyler. Next up, here we go. AFC East matchup. Patriots on the road
Give me the Patriots.
You don't want to talk about it?
Does that game need talking about?
I mean, it's a marquee matchup between Drake May and Brady Cook.
Marquee matchup.
Okay. We're good here.
This is a marquee going to get stomped on. And the Jets are just going to take it because they want to get a high draft pick. They don't care about this at anything at this point.
I'm just thinking about that Sauce Gardner trade looks even better given what's happened to the Colts late in the season.
Yeah.
Brady Cook has 6 interceptions. He's only played like 3 games. Drake May has 8 all season. I think the chat's giving us their thoughts on this game.
Yeah. I think it's an overall consensus. I don't think 13.5 is enough, George. I think we need to be looking at like 17 plus. Give me 17.5. I'm taking the
All right. Dave, George, Clint. Keep the chat clean, gentlemen. Next up, Steelers on the road in Cleveland. The Steelers -3 on the road. No DK Metcalf. No Quinshon Judkins for the Browns. Harold Fanning suffered a groin injury today in practice. As Tyler, you just cut out again.
Keep talking. So, I'm here.
Well, first of all, it says that you're me because you never edited your name.
Oh, nice.
Just realized that. So, TJ Watt still out. How do we feel about this game? Because Steelers are down some players.
Steelers are down some players, but they got their main guys. They're going to still attack them without DK Metcalf. They're going to utilize both the running backs. Kenneth Gainwell will probably lead the team in receptions again. I don't think there's any problem or any question at all.
Okay. Jalen Ramsey is also questionable with an illness. Browns, like I said, Njoku's out. Fanning's questionable. Sampson questionable. Tellin questionable. I agree. I'm basically going my prediction based off of what George is saying. I'm saying Steelers win, but Myles Garrett is going to get the record.
Okay.
All right. And Clint said rookie QBs don't beat the Steelers, but Garrett gets the... All right, so basically we're all in agreement. Steelers win, Garrett breaks the record.
Yeah. Let me see Garrett get that sack record.
Have you just given up with your camera at this point?
No. I tried a different USB port. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, there we go. All right, so Tyler will be back in a split second. There's that split second. All right. Next up, oh, Jesus, Christmas. Next up, we've got the Bengals hosting the Cardinals.
Oh, wow. What a crappy game.
-7. Bengals are at home.
That's not the number I need to hear about. If there's a betting number I need to hear about, is who's going to have more pass attempts. Joe Burrow or
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
George is going with the Bengals. Look, as long as Joe Burrow's playing, give me the Bengals. The Cardinals are a mess.
for the sake of my fantasy football, at my 5th place game, give me the Bengals.
Good for you, bud.
Oh man.
Clint said, I got Jacoby in fantasy championship game, so he need to go crazy. Well, Clint, he's facing the defense where he could do that.
Yes, he is. That defense will make him look like prime Tom Brady.
Marvin Harrison is questionable, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Bengals in this one. All right, next up. Good Lord, some of these games are bad. Next up, Saints on the road in Tennessee. Saints are -2.5.
Saints on the road.
They've been playing some good football lately.
They have. Tennessee's such a bad team. I can't help pick the Saints. And that is yet another game I will not be watching.
Yeah, no. But no, yeah, Tyler Shuck's been playing some good football lately for the Saints.
Do we really think he's gonna be?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he hasn't been terrible.
He's playing good enough to be the backup quarterback whenever they figure out who their actual quarterback's going to be.
Dear freaking Lord, here we go again.
Oh, brother.
Here's George with his Taysom Hill love. I can't do this.
I mean, Taysom Hill, he is the greatest Swiss Army knife player we've ever seen in the NFL.
Clint's not wrong about this. Duck did bring Olave back to life because they could not get him the football early.
Yeah.
So he's not wrong. Clint also said in a comment earlier, right here, yeah, he's taking the Saints. I'm going to take the Saints too. Like you said, Tennessee's an absolute mess. I have no idea what's going on there. All right. Next up, Jags on the road against the Colts. Jags -6 on the road.
That's a tough one.
Is it?
I don't think the game's going to be as easy as you might expect it to be.
Oh, just giving a heads up on this game, DeForest Buckner is out for the year.
I heard.
Re-aggravated that neck injury. They're placing him on season-ending injured reserve. Yeah. So
that's a rough loss for them.
Especially going against a team in Jacksonville that likes to run the football.
I mean, any other key injuries?
Let me take a look for you, sir.
Looks like
usually on top of that.
Jacksonville's got, is that their starting guard out? Zakari?
Not sure if he's their starter. I'm not very up to date with the Jags offensive line.
Me neither. I know Hainsey, though. I think he's their starting center. He's questionable.
Colts, I mean, again, Buckner done.
Sauce might play. So here's my takeaway. It's not a clear-cut win for the Jags. I do think they will win. But the Colts so far in the couple games with Phillip Rivers, they've played teams sort of close. I know that 49ers game got away from them, but they still put up 27.
I'll say Rivers can't play defense.
Yeah, exactly. Like he can't do it all, but he's not the full reason that they're not playing to their full potential. There's been a whole culmination of things. Lots of injuries piling up. A lot of key players on both sides of the ball. And still, Jonathan Taylor has not been the same since, honestly, I don't think he's been the same since that Steelers game. I think the Steelers, they were the first team to really shut him down I think they kind of broke him. Actually, I take that back because the next week he torched the Falcons. But I think that was his last good game.
Ever since Daniel Jones went down, that offense has not been the same.
Yes, that too.
And I'm agreeing with you and Clint because Clint said the same thing. He thinks that he agreed with you. It's going to be closer than people think. And I agree with Clint here. Phillip Rivers hasn't been terrible. But now George makes a good point here. If the Texans win, what are the Colts really doing?
Yeah.
No, Clint. The Texans play on Saturday, tomorrow. The Colts play on Sunday against the Jags. And I agree with you that, like I said, I think Rivers hasn't been terrible. The Colts have been fine. They ran the bad luck once again. They are cursed at the quarterback position.
They are.
But with the way that Trevor Lawrence has been playing, I mean, look, I got numbers here. 76 of 125, 1,194 total yards, 14 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You know what that is? That's Trevor Lawrence's last 4 games, which they've won. They just went into the best team in the AFC record-wise with a top 5 defense, dropped 34 on them, beat them by 2 touchdowns. Now, coming off a big, impactful win like that in Denver, it's not always good to have a division game after that.
Yeah.
Because your division always plays you tougher. But I'm going to ride the hot hand. I'm going with Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going with the Jags. But I do think it's going to be a close game. I can see a field goal being the deciding factor in this game.
A 70-yard Cam Little field goal?
Possibly.
That'd be a great way to win that game. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. Give me the Jaguars.
And Clint,
Yeah,
Clint is such 100%. A good point. This is what I've complained about with the Eagles. When you have a mobile quarterback like a Daniel Jones or a Jalen Hurts or a Lamar Jackson, you can open up so much more to your offense and not have – look, going from mobility-wise, going from Daniel Jones to Phillip Rivers is going from a Lamborghini to a horse and buggy without the horse.
You really just did him that dirty, a horse and buggy. Wow.
Without the horse.
Jeez, that's rough. Without the horse. Is terrible, Sam.
Dude, it is.
That is terrible. I'll at least give him like one of the early buggies. Probably going like 10 miles an hour. That's it.
And I agree with Clint here. I think the offense may have been a little bit suited more for Anthony Richardson, but the dingbat hurt himself because he still has some.
So I get it would help from the aspect of athleticism and respecting him as a runner. I still think Anthony Richardson stinks. I don't think he would have made this offense better.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I do not believe he would have been a better option for their offense than Phillip Rivers.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think Anthony Richardson's that good either. I think we've come to that. He said, if anyone, great news. Hey, Newsome hasn't been terrible for the Jags, just like how Tyson Campbell wasn't bad for the Browns. It was a good trade. It was 2 corners that needed to change the scenery. It's worked out. But, all right, next up. Come on, phone. There you go. Big NFC matchup. Panthers at home against the Seahawks. The Seahawks are -7 on the road. Let's see what we got going in this game. Anybody that we got to pay attention to? Seahawks, 1 safety, Kobe Bryant, 4 interceptions on the year. He's out with a knee injury. Trevin Wallace, linebacker for the Panthers, out with a shoulder. Tershawn Wharton, defensive tackle for the Panthers, out with a hamstring injury. Charles Cross is out with a hamstring injury, offensive lineman for the Seahawks. Seahawks are one of the team that cannot afford having offensive linemen hurt.
Yeah.
So That's some stuff that we're looking at. Also, for the Panthers, he has not been activated from IR yet, but they could be getting guard Robert Hunt back this week. So that's a big boost for their O-line if he's able to return. Tyler, how do we feel about this one?
The one thing that scares me is the fact that the Panthers hold that victory over the Rams at home.
You're
But
doing the rest of the show by yourself because you steal everything.
without that, I'll let you elaborate on that because I'm going to say I don't think that matters. I think Seattle is playing very good, dominant football. They are also 6-1 on the road.
True.
That's a better road record than Seattle had, or not Seattle, than the Rams had going down to Carolina.
I can make the case the Rams haven't played well since that game.
They haven't. And this Seattle team, I just have yet to really see that many flaws to not pick them. They hold 3 losses this year. All the possible playoff teams, the 49ers, the Buccaneers, they should find a way to make it, and the Rams. So I can't really pick against them.
And that the 2 of those losses were literally by field goals. They lost to the Bucs by a field goal.
Yeah. And then the 49ers
and they lost to the Rams by a missed field goal.
And the 49ers was a 4-point loss.
So they literally have lost 3 games by a combine of what? 10 points?
10, 11 points, yeah.
But the Panthers are very good at one-possession games this year.
They are.
And again, I know we said you're not putting too much into it, but a win against the Rams, that was Stafford's worst game of the year. The Panthers have played teams very tough and very well at home. And this is not a Panthers team that, we're just trying to play spoiler. This is a Panthers team that is playing for their division. If they win this week and the Bucs lose, next week's not really it takes a little bit of pressure off.
That is true.
So honestly, I am going to go with the Seahawks. I made the prediction last week that the NFC South is coming down to the final game. I'm going with the Seahawks, but I think it's going to be a close game. Short said he needs the Niners and Seahawks to win. This way, next week, you can all hear the screaming coming from my living room next Sunday night.
That'd be great.
And Clint is spot on with this. The Panthers made it their mission this offseason. We'll go get some help for Bryce in the draft. They got Ted McMillan. You've been high on him. He's been great. Yep. They signed. They've attacked with a run-first approach with Dowdle and Chuba. But that defense in free agency was fixed by a lot of big signings, and they have played well this year. They, especially compared to last year, they were the worst defense in football last year, but they have been very good this year. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks, but I think it's a close game. I think it's no more than a 6-point game.
Yeah, I definitely think it's closer than the betting odds say it is.
I will say this. If Bryce Young has a game, this is basically also going to come down to which team wins the turnover battle. Because Sam Darnold, he's prone to his turnovers.
He is.
As is Bryce Young. Whoever doesn't turn the football, whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game.
And that's what happened with the Rams game.
They took the football away a lot.
Yep. Going 3-point Seattle victory.
Next up, and I know where I'm going with this, how I'm lining these games up. We're saving the best for last. Next up, oh, good Lord. The Fish Tank Bowl. Giants at Raiders. Giants -1.5. Andrew Thomas out. Max Crosby out. Brock Bowers done for the year.
tie. It ends in a tie.
No one
And
gets
then
the
we
number one overall pick.
then we really won't know who gets the number one pick because it'll end in a tie.
Flint said about Darnold, he who ever sees ghosts less wins. Oh my god. Oh, Clint, that's comment of the night.
You know what? Hey, maybe Darnold gets some flashbacks to his time that he spent in Carolina.
Well, Baker did last week.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to change my pick.
George said, watch, the Raiders will still win.
So you got a team in the Giants that are 0-8 on the road. And you got a team in the Raiders who are 1-6 at home. This does not help you pick at all.
Whoever loses gets Mendoza. Just call it. Oh, Clint. Yes, he has. And I'm going to say it once again. The only guy that wanted Dart isn't there anymore.
Yeah, that game last week, horrific. I don't even think he had 50 yards passing.
Well, Clint, he can't run as much. They need to have a separate medical tent just for him.
I take it back. He had 33 passing yards.
I thought that was a typo when I saw that. I couldn't believe that was the case.
33. And it's crazy to think that you can see that stat line and they only lost by 3 points. Their leading receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson, had 19 receiving yards.
That's literally half. That's more than half his yard.
What game was that on TV?
So let's go with the Raiders because he said Genty's going off. Genty's probably the best player on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably is.
George, the Giants haven't had a good system since Eli Manning. Who are you kidding? I'm going with the Raiders. I'll take the team with the one home win over the team with 0 road victories.
Yeah. Give me the Raiders.
That and if they lose, they get closer to the number one pick. So the Raiders winning is the most Raider thing ever.
Good point. Oh, especially, you know what? This could be like the coach's special. If they know that they're going to get fired at the end of the year, they go out with a win.
The Lovie Smith effect.
Yep, the Lovie Smith.
F your draft pick.
Yep, I love that he did that because they did him so dirty.
Oh, yeah. He scapegoated them. It's basically, and Gerard Mayo did the same thing last year.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine, Sam? Here's the scenario. The game comes down to the wire. Geno Smith marches them down the field. They're on the goal line. Pete Carroll calls a run to Ashton Genty for the touchdown. Somewhere Marshawn Lynch lets out the biggest sigh of his life.
And ironically, Marshawn did play for the Raiders at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're unbelievable. You are unbelievable.
I'd love to see it.
George said Genty's going for 120. Geno passes for 300. Okay, hold on now.
And he forgot to put 3 interceptions. But they'll still win.
Clint's... Oh, Clint, if that happens, Crosby's
crazy.
Crosby's done. He'll be completely done if that happened. All right, Tyler. Here we go. America's game of the week. Eagles at the Bills. Bills minus 1.5 at home. For the Eagles, no Lane Johnson, no Nakobe Dean. Jalen Carter is expected to play in return. For the Bills now, Daquan Jones out with a calf injury, solid run defender for them. Jordan Poyer out with a hamstring. Defensive tackle Jordan Phillips out with an ankle, so that's 2 interior defensive linemen out. And both tight ends, Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, are questionable with knee injuries.
That offense flows through their tight ends too.
Like,
And
who else is
honestly,
going through?
I think a bigger loss for their defense is definitely Poyer. He's a very solid player back there. So without
Like,
him,
him and Micah Hyde were holding it down
yeah,
there for years.
yeah. Getting Jalen Carter back would be great because with N'Kobe Dean being out, I do worry about stopping James Cook on the edges. That still could be a concern, even if we do get Carter back. I know our guys have been a little bit better, sealing the edges, not letting off too many big runs, but James Cook is a very respectable running back. Probably one of the better ones that we faced this year.
He's the best running back in the game right now. The guys are playing unbelievable this year.
Yeah, I can get behind that. So it's gonna be interesting.
I mean, Tyler, he does lead the league in rushing right now.
I know he does. He's like 100 yards, 100 yards ahead of Taylor.
1532 for Cook. Taylor's at like 1489. He's not too far behind him.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Georgie's in here. He's going with the Birds unless Josh Allen plans on running for $150 himself, and then he's calling it with his boy Cooper DeJean.
Just like every game the Bills have played this year, Allen's going to have to be spectacular. And even then, this is one of the better defenses that he's playing against.
This is a top five. This is still a top. The Eagles went from the best defensive football last year to a top 3 defense still.
Yeah.
Early on the season, they had
top 5.
No. We're the 3rd best scoring defense in the league.
What makes this game so tough to predict is the fact that it's the last home game at Highmark Stadium.
Not even that. This is literally everyone's preseason Super Bowl prediction, and it's now turned into 2 of the biggest Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde playoff teams in the league. You do not know what you're going to get from either of these teams. We've seen the Eagles dominate teams. We see the Eagles score 10 points and win. Then we've seen the Eagles turn the ball over a lot and lose. The Bills, same thing. They'll beat good teams. They'll get blown out by the Dolphins in week 4. Like, it's literally the battle of the most inconsistent playoff teams I've ever seen. The one thing I am loving, though, is that Lane Johnson is not playing. I know that sounds bad, but we don't know what the weather in Buffalo is going to be like. It's going to be windy, cold, not sure if there's going to be snow or anything in the area. He's coming off a major foot injury. I am not risking Lane Johnson in this game. Jalen Carter, that's different. I'm glad he's coming back. I think he could use a game to get back into a little bit of game shape.
Especially a high-profile game.
And you brought up James Cook. This is the best defensive line that James Cook has seen. He's going against a returning Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, who, by the way, is playing out of his freaking mind right now.
Yep.
Going against Moro Ajomo, Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt. And Jahad Campbell going to get more snaps again this week. Because, no N'Kobe Dean hurts.
It does. I was going to ask you, how do you feel about no N'Kobe Dean in terms of
that scares me.
Stopping the run?
I think Campbell and Vaughn are fine. N'Kobe's just I don't think that's going to hurt us at all. I think having N'Kobe as that free blitzer is going to hurt more for somebody like Josh Allen who gets out and moves. That's where I think most of his impact is lost in, because Dean, as a blitzing linebacker this year, turned up a whole nother notch to this defense when he came back. So that's going to hurt. But the secondary, I think, will be fine. The Bills have no outside weapons that I am scared of.
Oh, they don't. This is a team where I don't have to really worry about what I get from Adoree Jackson, because they don't have a number 1 wide receiver. They don't.
They barely have a number 2.
Yeah.
When he keeps doing tush pushes, he will.
So, Buffalo, it's going to be a tough game for both teams.
Absolutely.
Buffalo's going to have the home field crowd rallying them on 100%. Allen's going to have to play a perfect game. Because I know the Eagles offense, they're going to come out with something to prove. I don't think we see a turnover-heavy game. I don't think they turn the ball over at all.
Hey, George, that's fine. But with Lane's foot, not risking it. So I'm happy that they're holding Lane out more. Give him time. If there's anybody I'm okay with coming back not until the postseason, it's Lane Johnson. Oh, yeah, George is right. What a doubleheader you get. You get Eagles, Bills at 4:25. Then you get the Sunday night game. That's going to be epic, too. Tyler, how we feeling?
You know, this isn't me being a homer, but I think the Eagles defense and Vic Fangio will have a game plan to slow down Josh Allen. I don't think he's going to be able to scramble comfortably. I hope they devise a plan to keep him in the pocket and limit any sort of rushing attempts.
They've got to contain him on the edge. Jalen Phillips, Nolan Smith.
Exactly.
I know. Look,
Josh Allen have to beat you with his arm down the field with his lack of wide receivers. So that way Cooper DeJean can pick the ball off. Or Quinyon can get his first pick of the year.
This is such a toss-up. First of all, I hate the spread. Only 1.5. This is such a pick-em. Like I said, Eagles have looked a lot better. I hope that Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni have continued to allow this offense to continue to run it the way they've been, getting Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith more involved. Saquon Barkley is starting to look like Saquon Barkley again. Saquon's had a really good last few weeks.
Do we know the status of AJ?
He's playing.
He's playing? Okay.
AJ and Landon Dickerson both returned to practice today, so they will both be playing. Listen,
I got to go with the Eagles for the fact that the Bills are missing 2 interior D linemen. They're starting their best safety. Not just one of their starting safeties, their best safety in Jordan Poyer. And they might not have both of their tight ends, who are probably the most reliable pass catchers for Josh Allen.
The only pass catcher for Josh Allen. No, hold on. Their most reliable pass catcher was James Cook.
True.
Wheel routes for days. That's the one issue I get concerned about because the Kobe Dean is that linebacker that is usually asked to rotate out in coverage. Can Jahad Campbell or Zach Bond take that role?
Because we've seen Campbell get burned on a couple of them.
So
I'm going with the Eagles.
There were Clint. I know those rumors surfaced, but I think she said it's not true. Now, I don't know if I could take anything that Nikki Bella says to heart and believe her, but I don't know, Clint. Yeah, it's just, and again, I mean, Lane Johnson. We've seen the Eagles' record with and without Lane Johnson. He's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. So, I need him for January.
This game obviously would be great to win. We already clinched the playoffs. There's no reason in jeopardizing Lane over one game.
I mean, you're still playing for the 2 seed, but you need help with that. It's not like just winning is that all of it. You went the Eagles, right?
Yep, I'm going with the Eagles. I don't have a score prediction. Not confident.
I'm not going. We don't do score predictions on this. I'm going to say the Eagles. I think the Eagles overall are a better football team. But I will not be surprised if this game can go either way. And I wouldn't be surprised. Josh Allen is an elite quarterback talent. I know the Eagles have a good defense. I know Jalen Hurts usually does perform well against the top quarterbacks in the league. I'm going to ride that momentum. But if the Bills were to win, I would. The Bills are just as good of a team. Flaws
They
and
are.
all, they are still just as good of a team because of Josh Allen and James Cook.
Yep.
Who, by the way, are becoming the offensive duo that maybe tops in the league, along with Burrow and Chase.
Yeah. All they need to do is dive back into the draft and get a wide receiver in the first round.
They could have had Ladd McConkey, but they chose Keon Coleman over him.
Yep. Good job, guys. They could have had a reliable pass catcher for the next, decade.
Oh, Clint, they said it was a 4 to 6 week injury, and they said the last 2 weeks, he was going to return to practice. They are going to make him take the 6-7 week window.
Yeah. Just makes sense.
It was a lower tier Frank injury that wasn't season ending. They are not going to play around with this. And Fred Johnson's been fine.
Yeah. He's going to have his mistakes here and there, but overall, he's fine. There is worse.
There is Matt Pryor,
who nobody wants to see on a football field.
Even for the jumbo package, I don't want to see him.
Oh, could you imagine getting that back heading into the playoffs? Being able to toss Fred back out on some jumbo packages?
Throw Cam Latu back there at fullback? Oh, we got something going here. All right. And next up, Tyler, Sunday Night Football.
Waiting all day.
Bears. Okay. I see what you did there. Bears at 49ers. 49ers are minus 3.5 at home. Injuries, though. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is right.
Rome Odunze still out with that foot injury. TJ Edwards is questionable with what they are calling a lower body injury. Nashawn Wright is questionable with a hamstring. He's had a really good year. CJ Gardner-Johnson is questionable with a knee injury. So it looks like Luther Burden will be back for the Bears. For the Niners, Ricky Pearsall questionable with a knee injury. George Kittle is questionable with an ankle injury. He is likely a game time decision. Sorry, Tyler.
Yikes.
Thanks for Ted McMillan, by the way. Anyway,
I gotta make a decision quick. No, man, Kittle got me through some of those weeks.
Oh, Kittle's been great this year. And I'm trying to go back to finding Pearsall. I want to see what's the legitimacy if he plays. He's just listed as questionable, so I feel bad. Ricky Pearsall cannot get healthy this year.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler. How we feeling?
Dang, man. I don't know. I mean, both teams already clinched the playoffs. This is basically just a potential playoff preview game. The 49ers can still win their division because they do play Seattle to end the year. So a win this week.
The Niners still have a legit chance for the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Think about that division this year.
Yeah, literally. You got 3 teams that could all be the 1 seed in one division. Ridiculous. But the Bears would like to have a word about that as well.
Well, they're still trying to wrap up the division and the 2 seed. Because remember, the Eagles, if the Packers win out and the Bears don't, Packers win the division, Eagles go to the 2 seed because they own the tiebreaker over Green Bay, but Chicago owns it over Philly.
Mm-hmm.
See, I love all this time of year, all these scenarios.
Oh, yeah. Dozens of scenarios to go through. I don't like how favored the 49ers are in this game. I think this game's going to be very close. I've been seeing a lot of good football out of the Chicago Bears. I mean, the only game that they've lost in the last 2 months is against the Packers, and they lost by a touchdown. Who then they followed up 2 weeks later to play them again, and they beat them. So they're both playing great right now. I don't know who to pick. Bears are 5-3 on the road. Niners are 4-2 at home. I'm looking for which team might have an edge. But it's not going to be that simple.
Would you like me to pick first so you can take a second to think?
Yeah, go ahead. I gotta look at something.
I love this Chicago team. Clint, we still got 2 weeks in the season before you could say this, that sacrificing everybody for CMC worked. Speaking of the devil, actually, did you hear who they are possibly prepping to maybe get back if they make a long playoff run?
Who?
There's a chance we see Fred Warner again.
Oh, wow.
If they get deep into the playoffs, there's a shot.
George, that's a little overly confident.
Well, Georgia's spoiled mine. I'm going with the Niners.
I had a feeling you were leaning towards the Niners.
Look, Clint is too. I love the Chicago Bears team. I love what Ben Johnson's done. This is why, I mean, yes, I'm an Eagles fan, but these are the teams I like. I love downright physical teams that run the football as their first option. I love that the Eagles did it. I love that the Bears are doing it, and they're doing it with two backs that are they complement each other so well, and Caleb has just made plays and hasn't hurt the team. He did prove to us that he can do it last week, and you were one of the biggest critics of that. And
yeah.
I just cannot take away what Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh have done this year with less. Shanahan has lost Kittle for weeks, Pearsall for weeks. Ayuk's been gone all year. Jennings has been banged up. Saleh has lost the two most important players on his defense. They had to make multiple trades just to get some type of production on their D-line. I'm rolling with the 49ers because I can't count out Shanahan and Saleh because they have been so damn good this year facing all that adversity.
Oh, Sam, you said that beautifully. But I don't give a damn. Because I've doubted the Chicago Bears for too long. And while Robert Saleh's had that defense playing great this year, all things considered, they've also been good against the run this year too. I think we actually see a big game on the ground from Swift and Monungai. I think Caleb Williams is the better quarterback in the game. I think they find a way to outscore and outlast the 49ers.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to see a dogfight. I don't think we'll be seeing like back and forth. This will be a downright dogfight. So you're going the Bears?
Going with the Bears for the on the road upset. Sorry, George.
Clint said that Warner's up there with Frank Ragnow, Bobby Wagner in terms of favorite players. Fred Warner's always been one of my favorite players.
Oh, yeah.
I said if I could have him on the Eagles, I'd take him in a heartbeat, but then I found Zach Bourne. And Tyler, let's end the week off. Monday Night Football, Rams at Falcons. Rams are -8. Devontae Adams is questionable. I highly doubt that he's playing. Braden Fisk is questionable with an ankle injury. Kevin Dotson is questionable with an ankle injury. Alaric Jackson is questionable with a knee injury. Let me see if I can find that update on Devontae Adams real quick. No, he didn't practice Friday. Yeah, he's not playing.
Sorry, George.
If you don't practice... Falcons, Kyle Pitts, questionable with a knee. James Pierce, questionable with a neck. Drake London, questionable with that knee injury still. I don't even know why they're still playing Drake London. Tyler, how are we feeling about this game?
How am I feeling? Devontae Adams be damned. And no disrespect against him. Devontae Adams, I said it on Monday's show, he just makes Puka Nakua's job easier. But Puka Nakua could just do it on his own if he needs to. Give me the Rams by a lot.
Give me the Rams. The Falcons stink.
They are going to beat up, juke, slam dunk all over the Falcons.
Wow. What an analogy. Old man Cousins is in trouble, apparently.
You mean primetime Kirk?
Oh, yeah, never mind. We know this answer. George going with the Rams. I think Clint's going with the Falcons.
Oh, man.
They still got Bijan. And if Drake London plays and Pitts plays, it's kind of even.
But I'm seeing too many questionables. Pitts is questionable. Is London not questionable?
Yeah,
no, he is questionable?
Yeah.
He's questionable.
Oh, no, Clint is going with the Rams.
Okay.
I think the Rams are just going to win because of desperation. I mean, if the Seahawks and the Niners win, oh my, if all three of these teams win, we are going in for a heck of a Week 18.
We are, because the Rams have played their hardest schedule. Now they have the Falcons and the Cardinals to wrap up the season. The ball is in their court. What would be interesting to see is, I don't know all the scenarios, if they win both of their games, and then what if one of the other two teams wins both of their games? Then how's it looking?
It's a good question. We'll have to figure all that out on Unbiased.
Yeah, we will.
What? Anything else we have to add on for this week? It's a heck of a show.
No, I think we...
Oh, wait. Ooh. Game of the week.
Game of the week. Game of the week, it's got to be the battle of the top two quarterbacks from this year's 2025 NFL Draft. Tyler Show and Cam Ward.
I'm ending the show my damn self. We're not doing this crap on a Friday night, the day after Christmas with you, okay? I've had it.
How dare you boot me out?
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that joke. Clint said if the Rams play around with the Falcons can steal the game. He's not wrong. But anyway, Tyler, in all seriousness, what's your game of the week?
My game of the week. There's a lot of good games this week. So many to pick from.
Yeah, see, George, that could be me too.
I'm going for a game that has a little bit of division implications attached to it. I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Because the Colts, they still have a chance to hang around and at least maybe sneak in with a wild card. But they could also play spoiler to the Jaguars as well.
Well, why wouldn't you want to play spoiler? I mean, the division was basically yours most of the year until all the injuries, so...
Mm-hmm. So
that's a good one.
That's what I'm going with.
I'm going to side with Clint. I'm going Niners-Bears for my game of the week. That is just going to be a dogfight on Sunday Night Football.
It will. You can't go wrong with any of these games. I mean, you got that game. You got the Eagles-Bills.
Panthers, Seahawks.
You got the Chargers, Texans. There's too many. Too many.
I know it's going to be Huntley against Willis. I even think that Packers-Ravens game could be a good one.
Yeah. Would have liked to see both teams at their full capacity, but can't always have it your way.
Beggars can't be choosers. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. I want to thank everybody tonight that in the chat. Clint, George, Dave, you guys made the chat freaking explode tonight. absolute loved it. Comments are flying in. Real quickly, let me see what Georgie said here. He said Eagles, Bills, and Bears 49ers are going to be the best afternoon, evening. I don't work on Monday. Neither do I, George. But guys, thank you everybody who tuned in to watch us tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for all you guys who threw the comments in. We hope you all had a safe and happy and Merry Christmas with your friends and family. And you know the deal. Unbiased Monday, 7 p.m., recapping the wild weekend of the NFL. We do have a fun segment to start the show with, and we will have our college football round 2 predictions. So, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the weekend of football, and we'll see you guys on Monday. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.
Sam, what did you do?